school for him, considering both Mom and Dad worked there and all. Mom said, of course, it was a good school. It just wasn't the right school. So then Penelope decides to go to Whitman College in Walla Walla, Washington. And then Charlie decides to morph with our living room couch into a single being. He's like one of those eels that plants itself into the ocean floor and waits for food to float by. It's true, of course, that going to school in the same town where we lived, he could have decided to move out of the dorms and back home. Why, oh God, why would anyone do that? But he hasn't been to class. He just sits on the couch and watches reruns of sitcoms. He couldn't have dropped out. He is too into school for that. Nor would he have been kicked out. Too smart. None of it makes sense. But it's like since no one's talking about it, and we talk about everything in our family, well, I know I shouldn't ask. This show sucks, I say. It's not so bad. That one guy, he's kind of funny. Before, my brother never would have admitted to watching a sitcom, to even knowing what a sitcom was. And now here he is defending it to me, and watching it intently, purposefully. He is avoiding me, or wanting to avoid me. Fine, I sigh. But then the TV crackles, and the special news broadcast tones come on, and a voice announces, "We interrupt this broadcast with a special report." Cut to the news desk, where the guy who normally does the sports is sitting at the desk. He is smiling, but then he seems to realize that he looks like a jackass, so he puts on his serious face. "Breaking news out of Pennsylvania this hour. Musician Adrian Wilds is missing. The star wandered away from his tour bus yesterday afternoon and has not been seen since." Good riddance, I say. "Could you stop being a bitch for like 3 minutes? I want to hear this." He is sitting up, which is a change for him. He swings his feet around and places them on the floor and leans toward the television. "Fine. Screw you very much. I'm going for a walk." Outside, I press my earbuds in, so the music fills my ears. Alanis Morissette. "Hello, 1995, Charlie said to me when he looked at my playlist. "What's with all the angry dyke music?" He doesn't believe I have anything to be angry about. Only Penelope Broken Charlie has any reason to be upset. That's what he thinks. He doesn't know everything that went down with me, though. So screw him all over again. "Maybe I'm an angry dyke," I replied. I should have known then that something was up. Charlie was not the kind of guy who referred to women as anything other than women. I storm down the street, my boots clomping through what's left of the snow. The music pushes me forward. I have the bass turned up too much, boom, 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 right in my ear. In the summer, the trees are so full of leaves and the branches so long, they create a canopy over the road. We moved to this street when I was 9, and I thought it was like something out of a fairy tale. I don't exactly believe in fairy tales anymore. Still, it's kind of a pretty street. The older houses are small, and the newer houses are too big. Like anywhere else, I guess. There are a ton of kids who tear around like some sort of a biker gang, wobbly on their two-wheelers, but Charlie and I are the only teenagers. Well, and Jeremy Zack Donovan. We used to ride the bus together. While we waited, we played 20 questions and druthers and fuck, marry, kill, only he called it bone, marry, kill, because he said I was too young for the F word. We had completely opposite taste in guys in terms of who was a keeper and who was a throwaway. Like he'd want to marry one, and I'd want to bone him. Generally, we'd agree on who to kill. But then he got his car, the awful 2-door subcompact that I became all too familiar with over the course of this story. He got that car, and he didn't even once offer me a ride. I thought at first it was because he had gotten himself a boyfriend, and driving to school was special time together, and I thought that was cool because even though our school is pretty accepting, there are assholes everywhere, and it still might be hard to be the only boy-boy couple. But then I'd see him cruising into the parking lot all alone, while I stood in the side courtyard with Hannah and Gwen. We're having an early thaw, and everything is melting, but I know we're going to get hit with some sort of storm before spring finally gets to Essex. I'm wearing a sweatshirt, one I haven't worn since the fall, and it still kind of smells like October, which feels both ages ago, and all at the same time on top of me. But I'm thinking that maybe things are okay. Maybe this...